I now have a merchandise store. You can get the anti-woke shield logo on a wide variety of merchandise, including shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, hoodies, bags, backpacks, a bath mat, flip-flops. If Fido or Mittens eats their food on a mat, you can even get a mat for them with the shield logo on it. You can get it on pillows, die-cut stickers, or you can even get it on a notebook. All this merch and more is available at my merch store. I prefer the yellow and black, but you can get it in a wide range of colors. If you like yellow logos, then this is the logo for you. Links are in the description. Use code EARLYBIRD, that's EARLYBIRD, for a discount between now and the middle of November 2022. Bounding into comics. Social justice activist says white people must skip Black Panther Wakanda Forever opening weekend. To do anything other than this is anti-black. Really? So just skip it on the opening weekend, then go every other weekend, go every single day that it's playing in your local theater, go to every theater that you can get to, possibly around the country, and see it. That's not anti-black. That's what we must be doing. I mean, you're not specific here. I'm assuming what you mean is, skip it on opening weekend, but then go see it at a later time while it's still in theaters. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the Anti-Woke Warrior. Thank you all for stopping by and supporting my work, supporting everything that I do. I do appreciate it. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. Watch the video to the very end. That does seem to help the algorithm more than anything. Let's dive into this article here. This hypocritical, of course, just ridiculously stupid article about Black Panther. As we can see here in this picture, it says a scene from Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever, photo courtesy of Marvel Studios. This is a woman wearing the Black Panther suit because, my representation of the ladies, they had so many powerful women in the first Black Panther movie, which was incredibly racist and incredibly sexist. Well, I don't know about incredibly, but it was sexist and racist against men, and white men especially. It's just ridiculous. That movie wasn't that great. People swear, oh my God, it's amazing. It's the best Marvel movie ever, best superhero movie ever. And it was all right. It wasn't anything great, really. So let's take a look at this article. In arguably one of the most predictable discourse developments imaginable, Black Panther Wakanda Forever has been declared so important for the black community that white audiences must refrain from attending opening weekend screenings of Black Panther Wakanda Forever in order to prove that they are down for the cause. What if you're a movie reviewer? What if that's what you do for a living? What if you have a contract with the company you work for that you must see movies on the opening weekend, and you're white? What can you do? Oh, yeah, I know. White people are supposed to sacrifice their jobs, their careers, so that black people can have jobs and careers, right? I know how it is. That's what we should do. This needlessly divisive rhetoric was first raised in an October 24th TikTok video posted by self-described social reform activists, heavy emphasis on self-described, as even her own website appears to list her credentials in the field as little more than the operation of a seemingly defunct personal blog. Lavynder Lee? Okay, Lavynder Lee. And Wokeness wrote, if you go to see Wakanda Forever on opening weekend, you are anti-black. White people need to stay away so that black people can enjoy that movie in peace. Yeah, I know it's going to be so disruptive for people white people to watch the movie on opening weekend. Let's see what this video is all about.
No woman, no cry.
This message is to all our would-be accomplices and white allies. This message is to all the white people who have BLM in their bio. If you really want to prove to black people that you love us and you care about us and you are down for the cause, do not go see that movie opening weekend. You buy your ticket, you give it to a black person or a black family who can't afford to go, and then you go sit at that theater in front of the doors. You make sure that every black person in that theater can enjoy that movie in peace. You make sure that you use your body to block us from anybody who would be coming in that theater to do us harm. That is your job. You can go see it on another weekend. Go see it on the second or third weekend. But the first weekend, that's for us. To do anything other than this is anti-black.
I think this is all a troll, having watched her say that. I think she wants people to engage in reverse psychology. This is her engaging in reverse psychology and suggesting that white people don't go so that white people will be like, hey, I'm going to go see that movie anyway. You know what I say? No white people see this movie ever, period. How does that sound? I think that's what we should do. Disney is crap. They've been crap forever. They did a pretty good job on the Marvel movies, surprisingly. But typically their live action stuff is garbage. Their animated movies are good, but their animated series are not usually very good. And so just stay away from Disney. Disney is trying to take over the world. Why would you want to support them anyway? they don't care about white people. They don't care about men. They only care about pushing their ideology, the woke garbage that we see on TV and in movies all the time. As if I have nothing better to do with my time than sit in front of a theater all day hoping that nobody shows up with a gun. Besides which, how do you think that theater staff and management would handle that situation? Oh, I'm just going in to sit in front of the theater doors to make sure that nobody with deadly intent comes into the theater. And how many white people are supposed to show up to see this? Or to do this? To keep the theater safe? Like, I live in an area that's fairly well populated. If you go to LA, like, there's millions of white people there. They're just all supposed to converge on the theaters and protect them. Okay, so we just saw her say this. This message is for all our would-be accomplices and white allies. Lee dismissively opened her now deleted post. This message is to all the white people who have BLM in their bio. If you really want to prove to black people that you love us and that you care about us and that you're down for the cause, do not go see Black Panther Wakanda Forever on opening weekend. Keep the theater safe from people who would do us harm. That's right. Unironically and without a hint of self-awareness, Lee has bafflingly encouraged white individuals to not only patronizingly seek out poor black people and not only do their righteous duty of buying them a ticket to the latest Marvel CGI smash fest instead of offering any realistic help, but also act as their saviors against their fantasy group of racist mass attackers. Yeah. I mean, we don't see this happening anymore, do we? There was a time, yes, when people were hunting down black people, but that's not happening anymore. It would be all over the news. If that was happening, oh man, that would be all over the news. It's not happening, and it still appears in the news. So, as an aside, this particular piece of her declaration harkens back to the incel mass shooting fears that surrounded the Joker. That was another superhero movie that wasn't very good. As like the journalist who so strongly pushed that narrative, Lee seems to be almost attempting to will such terrible acts into existence in order to ingratiate herself as an expert in the discourse that would ensue. You don't need to go to a theater to do this, right? We saw what happened, what was it, 4 or 5 months ago now, up in New York. That guy went to a grocery store. The guy was saying that, black people don't belong here. Let's get rid of them. And went to the grocery store and did in 10 people. Not cool. That is your job, Lee ordered. You can go see it on another weekend. Go see it on a second or third weekend. But that first weekend is for us, she concluded. To do anything other than this is anti-black. Okay. Unsurprisingly, Lee is not the only person to be pushing the idea that Black Panther Wakanda Forever's opening weekend should be segregated. Yeah, you just go for it. Just do all the segregation. See how that works out for you. It worked out really well the first time around, didn't it? Taking to his personal Twitter account on October 26th, Hollywood Critics Association founder Scott Menzel challenged all non-POC critics, journalists big and small, to email their PR contacts to give up your seat to tonight's #Wakanda Forever premiere or tomorrow's screening to a critic or entertainment journalist of color. He briefly added in support of his proposal, I challenge all non-POC critics, journalists big and small, to email their PR contacts and give up your seat to tonight's Wakanda Forever premiere or tomorrow's screening to a critic or entertainment journalist of color. #Voices Matter. #Representation Matter. Okay. At the very least, putting his money where his mouth was, Menzel would later confirm to multiple users that he had personally followed through on his own request. I already gave my seat away for tomorrow. Okay. Scott Menzel. Is that German? I don't know. It sounds Spanish to me, but what do I know? Of course, the elephant in the room is that it seems white people are being positioned in a racist catch-22. Should they turn up to catch the film on opening weekend, ostensibly helping to support the narrative that black women can lead the box office globally, it seems they'll be deemed as an anti-black bigot for depriving a black individual a seat to one of the thousands upon thousands of screenings of the latest Disney product. Yeah. Yeah, white people just, they can't win no matter what they do. So yeah, if I don't show up, I'm not supporting the cause. If I do show up, I'm not supporting the cause. If I don't show up, I'm not supporting women. If I do show up, I'm not supporting black women. Oh man, just don't support Disney. And I say all white people just avoid this movie. Period. Don't watch it. Get rid of Disney Plus. Do all that. I already said get rid of Disney because they're just trying to take over the world. However, should they instead stay at home and delay their viewings of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, they'll undoubtedly be accused of refusing to support films led by non-white casts. This might be an all-black cast. I don't know. I mean, if you watch the first Black Panther, it's an almost all-white or it's an almost all black cast. But oh, heaven forfend if we have an almost all white cast when it's the show is set in medieval Europe. Before they even knew black people were a thing. Oh, we gotta have like 50% of the cast has to be black, another 50% has to be Hispanic, another 50% has to be white. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I know. Imagine that. Wow, it's amazing. Yes, you don't know basic math, you're gonna have these problems. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Such is the ideological trap of critical race and social justice theories. Yeah, that's the end of that. So I want to take a look at this article because I saw it here on Bounding into Comics, and I didn't see a whole lot of people saying anything about it, but it's just another example of get woke. Hopefully this will go broke. I don't know who liked the first Black Panther. I see people, the people that I see who liked it, typically they're black people saying it was amazing, it was the most wonderful movie ever, it was so awesome, the best superhero movie ever made. And I'm like, really? I mean, and then I see a lot of people saying that Joker was such a great movie. I'm like, the Joker was not really that good at all. In fact, it was terrible, in my opinion. But you want to talk about cinematography, you want to talk about special effects. Cinematography on the Joker, acting on the Joker, special effects in Black Panther, they were top notch, right? There was a little bit of weirdness when they're falling onto the train tracks and they had the CG Black Panthers fighting in midair. That was obviously CG, but otherwise, I mean, everything in there was amazing to watch. But that doesn't mean the story was good. Same thing with the Joker. The Joker story was terrible. The story for Black Panther was mediocre. So these movies, people think that this is such a big deal. This woman's making a bigger deal out of this than it should be. But here we are talking about it. So anyway, that's all I got for this time. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.